I'll be guiding you through this practice. We'll start out today with a little bit of yin, get a little flow in, and then end with some yin. I'll give you a bunch of options, so feel free to take any of them or none of them. Really just taking this time to get more in tune with yourself, taking a moment for some self-care. So if you'd like, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the backs, feeling free to stay upright if you'd like. Maybe take a moment to hug the knees into the chest, maybe rock a little from side to side. Maybe you come onto your side or your stomach. Or if you'd like, extending the legs out long, maybe extending the arms out long as well. Maybe you bring the soles of the feet to kiss, letting the knees splay out wide. Maybe you bring one hand to your heart and one hand above the low belly. Maybe you softly close the eyes. Starting to take this time to turn inward. Taking this next hour just to focus on the four corners of your mat. Not worrying about what might have come before this or what has to come after. Just taking this time to just be. Starting to turn your attention inward, taking a full body scan, starting with the crown of the head, checking in with how the neck and the tops of the shoulders feel, noticing how the arms feel, checking in with the biceps and the triceps, acknowledging the elbows, the forearms, drawing your attention to your wrists, your hands, your fingertips, drawing your awareness to your back now, checking in with the upper back, middle back, and lower back. Noticing how the hips feel, acknowledging, honoring any differences between the right and left hip. Taking it down the legs, noticing how the quads and the hamstrings feel. Checking in with the knees. Bring your awareness to the calves and the shins. Checking in with the ankles, the feet, and the toes. Taking a moment to acknowledge any areas of tightness or tension throughout the body. And seeing if you can direct the breath to those spaces. Taking a moment now just to draw your attention to the pace and depth of your natural breath. Maybe you notice that your inhales and exhales are starting to become a little longer, a little more intentional. Now that we've brought our focus to the breath, we'll start to build it together. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling up fully, completely. Exhale, deep sigh out the mouth, let it go. Second round, deep inhale through the nose, filling all the way up to the tops of the shoulders. And exhale, deep sigh out the mouth, let it go. Letting this next inhale be the deepest inhale you've taken yet today. Filling up that full capacity of the lungs. if you'd like, maybe closing the mouth, constricting the back of the throat, sighing the breath back out the nose. Maybe you come to that Ujjayi breath, that audible, ocean-like breath that we'll use to focus on throughout this practice and calm the fluctuations of the mind. Maybe you take a moment to set an intention or a dedication for this practice. Maybe you just show yourself some gratitude for taking this time to find peace, stillness, take up space. If you're on your back with your next inhale, bringing the arms up overhead, pointing down through the toes. And exhale, hug the knees into the chest, giving yourself a big squeeze. If you're in an upright position or on your side or your stomach, we'll all come to meet on the backs. If you'd like to start that playlist, go ahead and do it now. As you make your way onto the backs, again, hugging the knees into the chest. Maybe you rock a little from side to side. And we're going to go ahead and start with some spinal twists. So bringing the arms out to a strong T or a field goal. Taking an inhale with the knees stacked over the hips. And exhale, letting the legs dip over to the right. Maybe you take your gaze over that left shoulder. Feeling free to stay here as long as you like. Maybe you decide to cross that left leg over the right, bringing a little bit more of a stretch to that left outer hip and left side body. Maybe you decide to bring some movement into it. If you do, with an inhale, bring the legs back through to center. And with an exhale, dipping them over to the left. Again, inhale, bringing the legs through to center if you feel like moving. And exhale, dipping them back over to the right. Again, feeling free to stay here if you'd like. We'll take one more round. Inhale, bringing the legs through to center. And exhale, dipping them over to the left. Inhale, bringing the legs through to center. And exhale, dipping them over to the right. If you still have that left leg crossed, uncrossing it now. And we'll all take a deep inhale, deep exhale, and with your next inhale, bringing the head and the knees back through to center. And with an exhale, this time dipping the knees over towards the left. Maybe you take your gaze over that right shoulder. Again, feeling free to stay here. Maybe you decide to cross that right leg over top of the left, bringing a deeper stretch into the right hip. Maybe you decide to bring some movement into this twist. If you'd like to do so, with an inhale, we'll bring the knees in through to center. And exhale, dip them over to the right. Inhale, bring the knees through to center. Exhale, dip them over to the left. Again, feeling free to stay here. Maybe you do nothing at all. Or if you'd like, taking an inhale to bring the knees through to center for one last round. Exhale, dip them over to the right. Inhale, bring the knees back through to center. And exhale, dip them over to the left. Regardless of what you decided to do, squeeze. Maybe you rock a little from side to side. Maybe you take a moment to curl the forehead up to the knees to decompress the neck and the upper back. Going ahead and lowering the head if you still have it lifted. And we'll bring the arms down long beside us, bringing the soles of the feet to plant on the mat. And then we'll scoot the feet so the outer edges of the feet are lined up with the long edges of the mat, allowing the knees to knock in. Getting a counter hip stretch here. Feeling free to stay here. Or if you'd like, maybe you creep your feet out just a few inches. Taking a moment to notice any changes you might feel in the stretch. Taking an inhale here. And if you'd like, with your exhale, maybe creeping the feet out a little further away from the midline. One more time if you'd like, taking an inhale. With an exhale, shifting the feet away from the body one last time. Taking a moment here to see if you might feel any differences in the stretch. Maybe you notice something that your body really likes or doesn't like at all. Wherever you're at, we'll take a deep inhale through the nose, filling up fully, completely. Exhale, deep sigh out the mouth, scooting those feet back up towards the body, hugging the knees into the chest, giving yourself a big squeeze. Maybe taking a moment to plant the feet, letting the knees fall from side to side, like windshield wipers. And then as you're ready, we'll come to meet in a tabletop position. Maybe you rock forward and back the length of the spine, gaining enough momentum to come forward and through to hands and knees. Maybe you use your strong arms to push yourself up. Whatever you chose to do, taking this time to find some movement, swaying out through the hips, shaking the head, bending the elbows, settling into this pose, settling into this space. Eventually coming through to stillness, pushing weight into the palms, pushing weight into the knees, trying to find a slight rounding of the upper back, tiny bit of engagement through the core. And we'll start to link breath with movement, taking an inhale to let the low belly fall, tipping up the tailbone, maybe the gaze lifts. Exhale to round in, stretching the back side of the body. Again, taking an inhale to arch through the back, open up through the chest. And exhale to round in, pushing weight into the palms. Taking an inhale to open up through the front side of the body. And exhale to round in, tucking the tailbone towards the mat. Taking a few more rounds at the pace and measure of your own breath. Maybe you softly close the eyes since we're working close to the mat. Maybe you take a moment to hang out in one position for a few breaths if that feels good in your body. And we'll take 2 more full rounds up and down. After you find yourself gazing toward your navel for that second and final time, we'll take an inhale to come back to that neutral tabletop pose. And exhale, extending that right leg out long, coming onto the ball of the foot, getting into that calf stretch. eventually we'll come to sweep that right leg out to the side, bringing the foot down onto the mat. If you have sensitive knees, we're going to be here for a moment, so maybe you grab a towel, maybe you flip the edge of your mat to give yourself a little bit more cushion, maybe you grab a blanket, taking and doing whatever you need to make this comfortable for you. Maybe you keep your foot down, maybe you play with turning the foot up towards the ceiling and back down. And as you're ready, we'll bring that right foot down onto the mat, shifting weight into that right foot, and the knee will come to stand, bringing the hands to the hips, taking a moment to stabilize. And then as you're ready, taking an inhale to bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, side bend to the right. Taking a moment to maybe turn your head up towards the ceiling. Maybe you turn it down towards your leg. Maybe you find a spot in between. Maybe you take a moment to make circles with that left wrist. Making this practice your own. Taking one more deep inhale. A deep exhale, and with your next inhale, bringing the arms back up by the ears. And exhale, bring the hands down to the ground. And we'll sweep that right leg back to meet the left and take this on the other side. Maybe you take a moment to sway out through the hips. Maybe you come onto the legs, clasping hands together, making circles with the wrists. And as you're ready, we'll extend that left leg out long, coming onto the ball of the foot, getting into this left calf now. Again, maybe you stay still, maybe you find some movement back and forth, maybe you make circles. And as you're ready, we'll take an inhale here. And exhale, sweep that left leg around to the side, bringing that foot down onto the mat. Again, if your right knee isn't too happy about this, grabbing that mat or blanket, not mat. I mean, yes, your mat, you can use it to turn it up, or a blanket or a towel. Maybe you stay here, maybe you bring the toes up towards the ceiling and bring them back down. Maybe you hang out in one position. And as you're ready, we'll bring that left foot to plant, grounding down through the foot and the right knee, and coming up to stand, using your hands on your hips to stabilize. And then we'll take an inhale to bring the arms up overhead, finding length through the torso. And exhale, side bend to the left. Maybe noticing some differences in your balance between the right and left sides. Again, maybe you stay here, maybe you curl out through that right wrist. Maybe you turn the head up towards the right arm or down towards that left leg. Doing whatever feels good for you. And we'll take a deep inhale, deep exhale, and with your next inhale, bringing the arms back up by the ears. And with an exhale, bringing the hands down to plant, and we'll sweep that left leg back, bringing that left knee down, coming back to that tabletop pose. Taking an inhale to arch through the back, finding that cow belly. And exhale to round in, finding that cat back. Taking an inhale to come back to that neutral tabletop pose. We'll talk all 10 toes onto the mat, and with an exhale, send the hips up and back, coming into that first downward facing dog. Finding a lot shaking the head, bending the elbows. Maybe you lift a leg, take a bend to the knee, getting into that psoas. And as you're ready, we'll come through to stillness, pushing weight into the palms, trying to send the hips up and towards the back of the room, pushing the heels down towards the mat, doesn't matter if they touch. And we'll take a couple cleansing breaths here. Deep inhale through the nose, filling up fully, completely. Exhale, deep sigh out the mouth, let it go. One more, just like that. Deep inhale through the nose, filling the chest up completely. Exhale, deflate the low belly, let it go. Next inhale, we'll rise onto the tiptoes, shifting the weight forward, taking the gaze forward. Exhale, bring a bend to the knees, sinking the hips back towards the heels. And then step your feet up to the top of the mat, coming to meet in that first forward fold. Taking a moment here to just let the top half of the body hang. Maybe you clasp for opposite elbows. Maybe you take a slight sway with the top half of the body. Maybe you bring a bend to both knees or bend one knee and then the other. Eventually, we'll come back through to stillness. Bringing the hands towards the shins or the feet. Inhale to rise up halfway to a flat back. Exhale to fold in deeper. Grounding down through the feet, strong through the thighs. Inhale to bring the arms up overhead. Maybe the gaze lifts. Exhale, pushing the palms together. Hands come through to heart center. Inhale to bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing a bend to the elbows, bringing your arms to that field goal or cactus. Taking an inhale to find a slight back bend. And exhale, bend at the waist, coming to meet in a forward fold. Keeping the right palm planted, take a bend to the right knee. Inhale to lift the left arm high, coming in for the twist. Exhale, left palm plant, straighten the right leg, take a bend to the left. And inhale to lift the right arm high. Exhale, right palm plants. Inhale to rise up halfway, finding length. And exhale to fold in deeper, plant the palms. We'll step the left foot back, coming to meet in that runner's lunge. Keeping the left palm planted. Inhale to lift the right arm high. Exhale, releasing that left knee and left toes onto the mat. We'll inhale to lift the left arm in front, coming in for this open arm twist. Exhale to sweep both arms up by the ears, taking an inhale in the supported crescent lunge. Exhale, shift the weight forward, finding a slight back bend, getting into that left hip. Taking an inhale here, maybe you see if you can deepen the back bend. And exhale, shift the weight back, straightening through that right leg, sinking the hips back towards the heels, keeping the bum hovered. Maybe the palms come to plant, getting into that hamstring stretch. We'll take this 2 more times. Inhale, shift the weight into the right foot, arching through the back, opening up through that left psoas. And exhale, shift the hips back towards that left heel, straightening through the right leg. Inhale, shift the weight forward into that right foot, bringing the arms up by the ears. Maybe you take a slight back bend. And exhale, bringing the hands down the plant to surround that right foot, straightening through the right leg, getting into that right hamstring. Taking an inhale to shift the weight back into that right foot. We'll curl shifting the weight forward, getting into that right hip. Maybe you take a slight back bend. Exhale, shift the weight back towards that right foot, straightening through the left leg. Maybe your hands come to plant to surround that left foot. Again, inhale, shift the weight into the left foot, bringing the arms up by the ears. Maybe you take a slight back bend. Exhale, shift the weight back, straightening through the left leg. One more time, inhale, shift the weight forward, bringing the arms up by the ears. Maybe you take a back bend. And exhale, shifting the hips back towards that right foot, straightening through the left leg. Maybe the hands come to surround that left foot. Taking an inhale to shift the weight back into that left knee, keeping the palms surrounding that left foot. Exhale, curling the right toes onto the mat, lifting that right knee, stepping the left foot back to meet the right, taking an inhale and plank, and exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin, or to a low push-up, elbows shave the ribs, pushing weight into the palms, taking an inhale to find that back bend. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Finding those 3 rounds of breath. This is our warm-up flow. Knowing that at any point, if you'd like to take a child's pose or another restorative posture, feel free to do so. If there's anything that you don't feel like doing, don't. With our next inhale, we'll rise up onto the tiptoes, shifting the weight forward, taking the gaze forward. Exhale, bring a bend to the knees, sinking the hips back towards the heels, and then step or hop your feet to the top of the mat, coming to meet in that forward fold. Inhale to rise up halfway, finding length. Exhale to fold in deeper. Grounding down through the feet, strong through the legs. Inhale to rise, bringing the arms up overhead. Maybe the gaze lifts. Exhale, pushing weight into the palms, bringing the hands through to heart center. Inhale to bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing a bend to the elbows, coming to that field goal or cactus. Taking an inhale, maybe you take a slight back bend. And exhale, bend at the waist, coming to meet in a forward fold. Inhale to rise up halfway. Exhale to fold in deeper. Right palm stays planted. Take a bend to the right knee. Inhale to lift the left arm high. Exhale, left palm plant. Straighten the right leg. Take a bend to the left. And inhale to lift the right arm high. Exhale, right palm plants. Inhale to rise up halfway, finding length. And exhale to fold in deeper. Shifting the weight to the right foot, step the left toes back, coming to meet in that lunge. Keeping the left palm planted. Inhale to lift the right arm high. Exhale, release the left knee and the left toes onto the mat. And inhale to rise, keeping the left arm in front. Exhale, sweeping the arms up by the ears, pushing weight into that right leg, stretching into that left hip. Maybe you take a slight back bend. And exhale, shift the weight back towards that left foot, folding over the right leg. Again, inhale, shift the weight forward, bringing the arms up by the ears. Maybe you arch through the back. Exhale, shift the weight back, straightening through that right leg. One more time, inhale, shift the weight forward, sweeping the arms up. Maybe you take a back bend. And exhale, bring the hands to surround that right foot, shifting the weight back, straightening through that right leg to get into the hamstring. Inhale to shift the weight forward, back into that right foot. Curling the left toes onto the mat to lift that left knee. And exhale, step the left foot up to meet the right, coming to meet in a forward fold. Inhale to rise up halfway. Exhale to fold in deeper. Step the right toes back this time, meeting in that lunge. Right palm stays planted, and inhale to lift the left arm high. Exhale, release the right knee and the right toes, and inhale to rise, keeping that right arm in front. Exhale, sweep the arms up by the ears, shifting the weight into that left leg. Maybe you take a back bend. And exhale, shift the weight back, straightening out through that left leg. Maybe you fold over it. Inhale, shift the weight forward, bringing the arms up by the ears. Maybe you take a back bend if that feels good. And exhale, shift the weight back, straightening through that left leg. One more time. Inhale, shift the weight forward, sweeping the arms up. Maybe you arch through the back. And exhale, bringing the hands to surround that left leg, getting into the left hamstring. Inhale to shift the weight forward, back into that left leg. Palms come to surround the left foot. We'll curl the right toes onto the mat. And exhale, step that left foot back to meet the right. Taking an inhale and plank. Exhale, if you'd like, you can send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Or if you would like to lowering down, knees, chest, chin, or to a low push-up. If you decided to lower, pushing weight into the palms, taking an inhale in that back bend. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Finding those 3 rounds of breath. We have just one more round of this warm-up flow. Next inhale, we'll rise up onto the tiptoes, shifting the weight forward, taking the gaze forward. Exhale, bring a bend to the knees, sinking the hips back towards the heels, and then step or hop your feet to the top of the mat, coming to meet in a forward fold. Inhale to rise up halfway, engaging through the core. Exhale to fold in deeper. Grounding down through the feet, strong through the legs. Inhale to rise, bringing the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands through to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, bring a bend to the elbows. Taking an inhale here, maybe you take a slight back bend. Exhale to bend at the waist, coming into a forward fold. Inhale to rise up halfway. Exhale to fold in deeper. Right palm stays planted. Take a bend to the right knee. Inhale to lift the left arm high. Exhale, left palm plant. Straighten the right leg. Take a bend to the left. Inhale to lift the right arm high. Exhale, right palm plant. Inhale to rise up halfway. Exhale to fold in deeper, stepping those left toes back. Keep the left palm planted. Inhale to lift the right arm high. Exhale, release the left knee and the left toes. Inhale to lift that left arm in front for the open arm twist. Exhale, bring the arms up by the ears. Taking an inhale, shift the weight to that right foot. Maybe you take a back bend. Exhale, shift the weight back. Maybe you straighten through that right leg. Inhale, shift the weight forward, sweeping the arms up by the ears. Maybe you take a back bend. Exhale, bring the hands down to surround that right foot, straightening through the right leg. One more time. Inhale, shift the weight forward, sweeping the arms up by the ears. Maybe you take a back bend. Exhale, bring the hands to surround that right foot, shifting the weight back into that left leg. We'll inhale to shift the weight forward into that right foot, and exhale, fun transition. We're going to come down onto that left hip, letting the right leg stay crossed, coming in for this simple cross leg sit. Take an inhale to bring the arms up overhead. And exhale, planting that left palm onto the mat, taking a side bend to the left, extending through that right arm. Maybe you stay here, maybe you open up through the chest, trying to stack the shoulders. Maybe you round in through the spine. Maybe you stay just as you are and turn the neck up towards that right arm or down towards the mat. Maybe you do all three. Taking a deep inhale, deep exhale, and with your next inhale, bringing the arms back up by the ears. And exhale, that right palm will come to plant, and we'll bring that left arm outside of the left leg, coming in for a spinal twist. Taking a few breaths here. And as you're ready with your next inhale, we're going to reverse this twist that we did, bringing the palms to plant, sweeping that right leg out to the side, coming to meet in a tabletop pose. Taking an inhale to arch through the back. Exhale to round in. Taking an inhale to come back to that neutral tabletop pose, tucking all 10 toes onto the mat. And exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking an inhale here. And exhale, just walk the feet up to meet the hands, coming into a forward fold. Finishing up this left side. Inhale to rise up halfway, finding length. Exhale to fold in deeper, keeping the palms planted. This time, step the right foot back, meeting in that runner's lunge. Keep the right palm planted. Inhale, lift the left arm high. Exhale, release the right knee and the right toes, and inhale to rise. Right arm in front. Exhale, sweep the arms up by the ears. Taking an inhale, shift the weight forward. Maybe you take a back bend. Exhale, shift the weight back, rounding in over that left leg. Inhale, shift the weight forward, bringing the arms up by the ears. Optional back bend. Exhale, shift the hips back towards that right heel, straightening through the left leg. One more time, shift the weight forward. Inhale to bring the arms up by the ears. Maybe you arch through the back. Exhale to round in, straightening through the left leg. Taking an inhale to shift the weight forward, back into that left foot. And exhale, fun transition, sitting onto that right hip. Coming to this cross leg sit. Taking an inhale to bring the arms up overhead, finding length. This time, exhale, take a side bend to the right, planting that right palm, left arm reaching overhead. Again, feeling free to stay here. Maybe you open up through the chest. Maybe you round in through the back. Maybe you turn the head from side to side. Maybe you do none of those things. Taking a deep inhale. Deep exhale. With your next inhale, bringing the arms back up by the ears. And exhale, left palm plants, bringing that right arm outside of the left leg. Taking an inhale to find that twist. And exhale to settle in for a few breaths. Taking a deep inhale. completely. Exhale, deep sigh out the mouth, let it go, drop it down onto the knees, maybe grab a sip of water. We'll come to meet on the sits bones with the legs out long in front of us. As you get to that seated position, maybe you take a moment to shake out through the legs, remove the flesh from underneath the seat. And we'll come in for a forward fold of your choice. Maybe you stay with the legs out long. Maybe you bring the soles of the feet to kiss, letting the knees splay out wide. Maybe you come into that seated, wide-legged forward fold. Whichever you chose, we'll take an inhale to bring the arms up by the ears, finding length. Exhale to fold over, finding a rounding through the back. Starting to let the heart rate slow. Coming back to the breath if you've noticed that your mind has started to wander. Giving yourself these last few moments of peace. Like, maybe you pause the video and hang out here for as long as you feel like. Or if you're ready, taking a deep inhale, deep exhale, and with your next inhale, starting to rise, bringing the heels up towards that top front edge of the mat if they are not there already. We'll take an inhale to clasp the arms out in front of us. Maybe you take a slight reach forward. And exhale, slowly lower down onto the back. Shoulders, neck and head, last to get there. When your head reaches the mat, taking a moment to hike the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Maybe you rock a little from side to side. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet to plant on the mat. And we'll cross that right ankle over top of the left knee. Feeling free to stay here for as long as you like. Maybe you take a moment to hug those legs in towards the chest, getting into that right glute. Maybe you straighten out through that left leg, flexing through the foot, getting into the left hamstring. Feeling free to take any of these variations for as long as you'd like. And as you're ready, we'll bring a bend back to that left knee if it isn't there already. Bringing the arms to a strong T or a field goal, taking an inhale here. Exhale, dip the legs over to the left so that right foot plants on the mat. If this is too much on that right hip or right knee, feeling free to uncross that right leg and bring it over top of the left. Maybe you turn your gaze over that right shoulder if that feels good, and the neck. Maybe you softly close the eyes. Starting to let gravity take over here. Maybe taking a moment to do a full body scan. Maybe you notice some differences in the mind or the body compared to the beginning of this practice. And again, maybe you pause the video. Or if you're ready, we'll take a deep inhale. Deep exhale, and with your next inhale, bringing the head and the knees back through to center, uncrossing that right ankle if you haven't already. Maybe taking a moment to plant the feet, let the knees fall from side to side. As you're ready, we'll take this on the other side. Maybe you sit here and do nothing. Maybe you cross that left ankle over top of the right knee. Maybe you hug the legs in towards the chest. Maybe you straighten through that right leg, flexing through the foot to get in the right hamstring. Doing what your body needs. Again, feeling free to stay here as long as you'd like. Or taking a bend to that right knee to bring it back in towards the chest. We'll take an inhale to bring the arms back out to that strong T or a field goal. And exhale, dip the legs over to the right so that left foot plants. Again, if you're feeling too much tension in that left hip or knee, uncrossing the left knee and bringing it on top of the right. Maybe you take your gaze over that left shoulder. Starting to see if there's anything else throughout the mind or the body that you can release. Let go. you'd like. Staying here in this spinal twist. Or if you're ready, taking a deep inhale. Deep exhale. With your next inhale, bringing the head and the knees back through to center and crossing that left ankle if you haven't already. Again, maybe you let the knees fall from side to side. And one last time, we'll hug the knees into the chest, giving ourselves a big squeeze. Maybe you rock a little from side to side, massage that low spine. Maybe you grab for the inner outsides of the feet, gently guiding the knees in towards the armpits for happy baby. Maybe you rock in happy baby. Feeling free to stay here as long as you'd like. Maybe there are some other closing postures your body might be craving. Or if you're ready for that final pose, Shavasana, feeling free to take it now. Maybe you extend your arms and your legs down long on the mat. Maybe you bring the soles of the feet to kiss, letting the knees splay out wide. Maybe you come onto your side or onto your stomach or a comfortable seated position if that's what you prefer. And we'll take a deep inhale through the nose, filling up fully, completely. Exhale, deep sigh out the mouth, let it go, release this practice. Letting your body melt into the mat. Taking this time to be still, to drift away, to find that sweet spot between meditation and sleep. Take rest. Maybe start to introduce small movements to the fingers and the toes. Maybe you curl the wrists and the ankles. Maybe you gently take the head from side to side. If you'd like, taking an inhale to bring the arms up overhead. Maybe you point down through the toes, finding that early morning stretch. And exhale, hugging the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a big squeeze. Maybe rolling onto one side to find that fetal pose for just a moment. Maybe taking this time to set a new intention to take with you off your mat. Maybe you take a moment to find some gratitude for your body, for allowing it to take you through this practice. As you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, using your strong arms to come to a comfortable seated position. We'll come in for a final breath together. Taking a deep inhale to bring the arms up overhead, finding length. Exhale, deep sigh out the mouth, pushing the palms together. Hands come to meet at heart center, closing this practice. Thank you all for taking this time out to watch my video, and more importantly for yourself. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Be well, be safe, be kind. Namaste. Thanks for watching. Again, if you have questions, comments, feedback, please let me know. Like, comment, share.